Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel. My name is Mr. Rogers, and today I'm going to show you my favorite 3 formations, if not the best 3 formations. They are very good, and I'm going to show you the instructions and the tactics that you go with it, so please pay attention to it. I'm also going to give you some tips. You see, the game, there are some tips that you have to take notice of. You have to actually do them in the game so that it elevates your gameplay, because most of the wins that people get are the some people you feel like, this guy, you can actually win the game, but just because they know those things. There are so many things that they even do that they don't recognize that is what is giving them the wins. So I want to show you some of them and apply them, then you see. Now we'll start my third best formation. Please, before we start, kindly subscribe and like the video, and please share the video to your friends. And if you find you want to comment anything, please feel free to comment anything you want to comment to. All right, so let's start. Let's get right into it now. So my third best formation, is this formation: 4-3-3 force 9. 4-3-3 force 9. Why is this formation so good? Because this formation is rock solid. It is rock solid. Let's move straight to the instructions, the tactics, then later the instructions. For the tactics for this formation, listen carefully. For the defense, please make the defense style balanced. Then the width, you move the width to 4. Make the width 4. Trust me on this. Now the depth, make it 5, not 6. 5. Now for the offense, make it fast build up. I'll explain soon why you need to place it fast build up. You understand? Now the weight to make this one 4. The weight usually don't have to change so much, because the players, when they are defending, have to be in the same shape when attacking. So it will be easier if you make the weight of the defense very little than the attacking. Now they are going to expand while attacking, and this is going to be costly, especially when you lose the ball and you have to defend. Now your defenders are misplaced, so please make it 4-4. Any formation that you do, please, if you do it like this, fine. If you are an advanced player, no problem. You know what you are doing, no problem. Or if the person you are playing is not your level, that one is different. But you know how your friends play. They are very competitive. If they score you, you're going to be quiet for the whole day. I'm going to tease you. All right. So then the players in the box, make it 6. Then the corners, you can make it 2 or 3, whatever, because you don't want to get caught on a counter attack. So you can, sometimes people want to make it 1, but please make it 2 or 3. Then the free kicks too, you can make it 2. Free kicks is not actually necessary for players to come inside the box, so make it 2. Now this is for the tactics for the 4-3-3 force. Now let's move on to the instructions. Sorry, I didn't select. Hold on, I'm going to select it. Okay, I'll select it. So so now we are moving on to the instructions. Now the instructions, these players, make them come back to defend for the first one, then cut inside, then get in behind. Make this for aggressive interceptions. All right, so both the wingers have to have the same instructions. Come back to defend, cut inside, and get behind. Then aggressive interceptions. Always, all your strikers, all the forwards, not the strikers, all the forwards have to be aggressive interceptions. Why? Because when the defenders don't handle the ball, or there's a heavy touch, then they can move in to aggressively take the ball. But your defenders, you don't need them to be more aggressive, because if they are aggressive and in case they lose the ball, that means you are going to concede goals. So please, those people, the defenders, leave them. So the defenders, I recommend living like this, or I suggest that you can give them consecutive interceptions. So they only intercept when they know they can win the ball. Look, they say the look at the this thing, the info there. He said only trying to intercept passes if the player can win the ball clearly. You see, yeah. So you can make it consecutive. This is one of the tips though, because people don't misuse this one. Of course, as I said, if the person you're playing with is not so good, that's when you have to do it this way. So these guys, the midfielders, leave them. Let them have their fun. Leave everything normal. But this, the defending midfielders, make this guy cut passing lanes. Now, the fullbacks, the left back and right back, make them stay back while attacking. Always let them stay back. Don't let them go anywhere. Stay back. So these guys too, I think I'll make another video explain how to position some players. Can cover all this in this video. So these guys, the fullbacks, you have to find players who are strong because they are not moving. You don't necessarily need players who are very good in attacking. Remember that. This thing I'm saying, I'll make a video and explain that later. All right, so now we are done with the 4-3-3 force 9. 4-3-3 force 9 formation, and this formation is my third best formation. And please look at the tactics well and do the same thing, and you see the magic. The same instruction, the same tactics. All right, let's move on to my second best. What is my second best formation? This is my second best formation. This formation right here. 4-4-1-1 midfield, not 4-4-1-1 attack. 4-4-1-1 midfield. Why is this formation so good that it makes my favorite or the best formation or the most underrated formation? This formation is so underrated. It's so underrated. Most of the big best formations are 4-4-2, but this one is 4-4-1. So technically, it's all 4-4-2 though, but it's 4-4-1-1 here. All right. So we have 4 defenders, then 4 midfielders, then 1 CAM, which is central attacking midfielder, then 1 striker. It is very rock solid, and you get balance of everything. You see, balance of defense, balance of attacking. That's why this formation is very good. Now let's go straight into the tactics. The tactics again, use the same as I gave in the 4-3-3 force 9 formation. The balanced, then the width is 4, then the depth is 5. Then for the offensive style, fast build up, then the width is also 4. Then the players in the box 6 bars. Then the corners 2 bars. Then the free kicks to 2 bars. Now, if you want a more defensive style of this formation, the width, make it 2. The depth. Okay, I'm going to leave that for at the end of the video. So follow me as we go to the end of the video, and I'm going to show you why I'm talking about the depth. Yes. So I think in my first best formation, I will explain why. So these are the reasons. So if you want to make this formation more defensive, that's what you do. You see, then attacking, you can make it balanced too. Then move the weight to the 2 bars. Now let's go straight to the instructions. The instructions, the striker, the main striker, as I said, make them always attack, aggressively intercept. All right, always make them aggressively intercept. So all the forwards get aggressive interceptions. Where are they? Okay, so here's it. See, so now Sterling or the left wing, make them come back to defend, then cut in again, then aggressive interception. Sorry, I've made it already. Okay, now aggressive interception. Now then the right wing too. This one kind of slightly different. For a player who is kind of, if you put the player at the wing and is more of a central midfielder, you do this formation for him. Now, for him, you only make him aggressive and leave the rest, because midfielders usually want to do their stuff, and let them do their stuff. please. It's very important. You don't necessarily have to change this one. Just make them aggressive and let them come back. But for Sterling, like, wow, fast, blah, 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 make them come back and do the rest. Now, for these guys who are taking the central part of the field, they are very important than you think. So this one, the tactics that you give him, you can leave him to basic distance support. Basic defense support. So they always do their thing, as I said. Now get them run into the box for crosses. You give them that. They stick to the position. You don't usually or necessarily have to change it. So leave them to stick to it. Now you make them to aggressive interception because they are forwards. They are kind of the link, the striker to the midfield. They are very important, and you have to take a player who kind of have more attacking mentality than more defensive. It depends on what you want, but I recommend making them more attacking. Like De Bruyne is perfect. If you put Rodri won't perform better here. Sterling wouldn't even perform good here. But Aguero could perform, then Sterling will be on the top. It depends on what you want. As I said, I'll explain some players and how you can use them in some roles. It's very important. Those things are very important. That's one tip to that I've showed you. Now, the best 3 tips, I'll leave them for the next formation or after the next, the best formation. Now, so as I said, they're always the right backs too. They get a stay backward attacking as usual. Then leave them and then make it consecutive interceptions so that they only intercept when they can win the ball, because if you make mistake, you concede a goal. You see, and in FIFA 21, my next tip alert, in FIFA 21, there are more goals in it than other, like the FIFA 20. FIFA 19, there were more goals in it, but FIFA 20. You complain, then they change it. Your complaints, they hear it and they do it, and you complain again. So, in FIFA 20, you don't score more goals in FIFA 20. I don't know whether you realize that, but you don't score more goals. You concede later. The game will be 2-1, 3-2. You understand? 1-0, 1-0. Watch, people who play online will tell you. You understand? If you play the weekend league, the FUT Ultimate Team, you will see for yourself that the goals are very less. Unless you have whack players, that's when you concede more. You see, all right. But FIFA 21, because the defense is some kind of way, it's very hard for you to defend. So you don't usually want to commit your players more. So make them consecutive. And as I said, because these guys are staying by the fullbacks, the right back and the left back are staying back while attacking, you need players who have good defensive traits. All right. So Walker is good. Stones, Diaz, Cancelo. As I said, I'll show you another video and teach you how to use some players in some positions, because some players are very well. Like Arnold is not usually, in reality, he's a good player, but I don't think he'll be good at the defense if you put them to if you make him stay back. He'll be good for some time, but it's not even fast enough for some players. All right, so now let's move on to the final one, the champion formation. That's that one there. These are all good. These are very good. But my main one, that if everything fails, you resort to, is this formation. Now, it is 4-2-3-1 narrow. Simple. 4-2-3-1 narrow. Why this formation? Number one. Look, this formation has all the ingredients that you want, because of the way you do the tactics and instructions. Because you get to have one striker. Let me put it here so you can see a striker, 3 central attacking midfielders, and 2 central defensive midfielders, plus your right backs and your left backs, and your center back, the 2 center backs. You see, it's rock solid. This formation, to break it down, is very hard. And people who play online, and the professional players, you can see them, that the professional players used this formation so much. They use it so much. I don't know whether you've noticed, but this formation has been used from FIFA 18. FIFA 18, that's when I started playing Ultimate Team. I've noticed it's been long that I've played this. It's not been long if you compare to other people. But for me, from FIFA 18 is long. Like 3 years now. Wow, yeah. I've done well. So all right, so that is what it is. So if you study, if you notice, you will see that they use this, and still in FIFA 21 it still works because of how the defense is. FIFA 20, if I made a video, you could not break down this formation. You could not concede because FIFA 20, as I said earlier, the goals were not more. Now let's move on to the tactics. The tactics of this formation is kind of some way. Now for the tactics, you will leave this one as balanced. You leave this one as balanced, and the depth you make it 4-2, and the width to 4-4-4 for the width. Now, offense style, this one is not fast build up too. It is also balanced. I'm going to show you the offensive style of this formation in defensive style. This was a balanced one. Now, the balanced formation. So this, as usual, 4 width, then the place in the box 6, then the corners make them 3, then the free kicks make them 1. All right. Please don't think this is something that I'm just saying. It is actually something in the game that has been underrated. It is very, 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 very useful, and it works. It works. All right. So if you want a more defensive style of this formation, you leave it still at balance. Do you know why balance? Because balance don't let your players move out of position, and this one, every position is very crucial. If some players slip, the others will cover for him perfectly well. You see? Very good. And because of that, this formation is very compact, solid, and it is very hard for your opponent to break down because of how things are working. Let's move on to the defensive style. Now, defensive style, you make the width 1. Okay? Then, for the attacking, let me finish the defensive. Okay, the defensive style, you make the defensive width 1. Now, the depth, in FIFA 21, FIFA 21, no, FIFA 20, you would have bring it to 1 here. They all come back. But FIFA 21 is more of, if you don't press them high in the field, they're going to take, if they come to your pool, or they come to your third half, or your half, then it means it is going to be easier for them, because if they get past the CBs, they're scoring. But here, they hold them up in the midfield. If anything goes wrong, they come back to defend there. Do you understand? But if you move them back here, they will be running back. They won't even try to defend. Then, before you realize, they'll score you. Look, it is not something that is a joke. If you want a more defensive style of this formation, make it high pressing. You understand? Instead of the distance, so the 5 user, make it 6 or 7. The defensive style, no. It is some way, I don't know whether you get it, but you try and see. Make the depth 5. The depth 7 or 6. Please take note and make the width. The width gives more tightness, more compactness. It makes it hard for you to break down. Now, the attacking style, you make it a long balls or fast build up. Then the offense, the weight. The weight, as I said, always the weight has to match. It. Then the place in the box, you make them the 6. You maintain the 6 still. Then these guys, you make them 1 because this is a defensive style, but you still want to score it through fast build up or long balls. They are kind of related, but I'll do another video to explain the tactics too. All right, now if you want a more offensive style, then you make these guys constant pressure. But remember, they are pegged to it. This constant pressure will drain your fatigue. So please, don't use this constant pressure when it is in the first half. No, constant pressure, no. Use it when you are in maybe the 70th minute, 68, 69, 70. That time, if you use the constant pressure, and that one, use it when you have considered like 2 goals. You need to draw and win the game. So you have to constantly press the game. So for them, bring this guy, the width here, then the depth will go further because we want to hold them in their pool. Cut them. So the full bar. Then fast build up again. No long balls here. Fast build up. Then the weight, as I said, the weight has to always match it. So then the place in the box, of course, you know what I'll say, right? All right. Then free kicks too. We do the same thing. All right. Now, then you go into the instructions. Instructions, as usual, the fullbacks, stay back, consecutive interceptions. Don't let them rush because this formation there, if you slip one step, then it means you are dead. Now, these people will come back, get in the box for crosses, of course. Then, as I said, all attackers have to have aggressive interceptions. So all the attacks, this guy in the middle, make him come back to, then get in the box for crosses, then aggressive. The same goes for this guy, aggressive man. All right, now this guy has to stay. Sorry, where is it? Get behind. Where is it? Stay forward. Yeah, so don't come back. He will stay forward because he's the striker. He has to continually press the CBs so that they also don't misbehave at the back. If that's how I put it, so that the striker will keep them in check because you continually press them. All right, while you defend, so that it will hold them, so that they don't come. Because if you leave them to come, it means the other team CBs will come and press you some. But if you leave them stay, but they can't leave him and come, so they'll stay. Do you understand? The instructions to, it's very important. Now, this is the instructions you give. And the keeper, please make him sweeper. I think I forgot to mention, make the keeper sweeper. Don't go and use keeper to make sweeper. I don't know which keeper. And come for crosses. Don't go and make keeper sweeper. There are keepers who are sweeper. Ederson is good with the feet. Keepers who are good with the feet are more of sweepers. I think keepers who are good, who are not sweepers, I think Navas, that PSG goalkeeper, he's not a sweeper. He doesn't even come back for crosses. Come out for crosses, and he doesn't sweep. He just stay in the pool. No matter what you put him, he's in the pool. Do you understand? So because of that, you don't. But there's some people who are natural sweepers, like Alisson is a sweeper, Ederson is a sweeper, Ter Stegen is a sweeper. There's a couple of keepers. I think they are it's not in between, but I can make him a sweeper. Neuer, champion sweeper. If you sweep more than him, you'll be caught. All right, so that's what it is. Now, let's go to my tips. My tips. Now, for the tips, the first one is that when you are in the third half, you are attacking, you are in front of the opponent's goal area, the 18-yard box. If you are in front of that area, you see that area between the center and his pool. If you divide it into two and you choose his poster, I don't know whether you know what I'm trying to say. Because you're a football fan, you probably know the third half. If you're in the third half, always pass the ball to the striker. So here in this formation, Aguero is the striker. You understand? Aguero is always the striker. So please give the ball to him first. When you reach around this place, probably Mahrez and Sterling will be at the wings. De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri will be supporting the midfield. When you reach there, give the ball to the striker, and the other teammates will fall into place. That's the reason why I have to give the ball to the striker. Once you give the ball to him, the other teammates will fall into place very well. Then give probably De Bruyne in this formation. De Bruyne will have taken the position of a striker. Then Rodri and Gundogan will be pressing. If I don't mention the names, so please forgive me. Yeah, English they are now, so you can pronounce them any way you want. All right, so Gundogan and Rodri will be in the midfield by then. So through that, you can give the ball to them, then you work your way. That's one tip. Always give the ball to the striker. Always give the ball to the striker. When you pass the center and you don't know, just give the ball to the striker. And when you are defending, another tip, when you are defended, or when maybe you recover a ball, the person is attacking, then you stole the ball from him, or you took the ball, or he misplaced the pass, you took it, fine. when you took the ball, so when you take the ball, just give the ball to one of your defensive midfielders. If you give it to them like this, all your attackers, the attacking midfielders and the strikers will also fall into a good position to receive the ball. Remember, when you recover the ball fresh, give the ball to a defensive midfielder and watch the rest go. Do you understand? Watch the rest go and make your move very quickly because it's a fast build up. Now, but when you reach the opponent's third half and you don't know what to do, give the ball to the striker. Now, calm down to when playing. Don't rush things. Why am I saying this? Because sometimes you might feel that you need to pass the ball to a better player to score, but sometimes you need to pass the ball to the other teammate because the game is teamwork. If someone scores, the whole team scores. Do you understand? Let me make an example in this video. With this formation, I think if Aguero is in a good position to score, De Bruyne, they all have good shooting traits, good shooting abilities. If they are in a good position to score, and Mahrez or Rodri is in a better position, listen, better is higher than good. Do you understand? That's why I say good, better, best. So, though Aguero might be in a good position, he can score. That one is like 40-60 chance. Do you understand? But Aguero is like 80-20. 80%, it's in a better position because that's why it's better. Because 80 is better than 40. Do you understand? So if he's the better position, please don't force yourself to give to Aguero. Nah, give it to the Rodri or the Mahrez that who can score. Because he's in a better position. Because he's in a better position, he can have the freedom to shoot well. Even if his shooting is 70, because he's in a better position, he can shoot freely. But Aguero being in a good position that he can shoot, he can have maybe 90 shooting ability. But because he's in a good position, but not in a better position, his shooting might be technically 40. You don't know this, I'm telling you. Take notes. That's why sometimes you lose. So what will help you? You have to calm down. Calm down when playing. Don't rush things, just calm down. All right, so this will be my final tip that I'm going to give to you. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe. There's more videos to coming. Don't forget to comment if you feel the information is wrong. Like if you have anything to say, just please comment and let me see, and like the video and share if you really loved it. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.